Hello, folks, and welcome back. Well, I guess it's a new game for us. This is called Spilled. This is what they call a cozy game. Basically, all we're doing is going through. We're the boat in the center of the screen there, and we're cleaning up the ocean so that all the animals and things could live. So we have this little boat here, and I have a controller that I'm using. This is, I think, the first game I've used with a controller with. You can use keyboard and mouse and all that stuff, but controller is way easier in my opinion for this. But you can see we just drive in and we collect stuff. And all that oil sitting on top of the water becomes ours. Now, we can upgrade our boat and do a whole bunch of things, but you can see our oil tank there that's flashing in the back is full. So we'll take it to the recycling center, and we get paid some cash for doing so. And then we just need to keep going through and gathering up all of this oil. As we get more money into our bank account here, we'll be able to upgrade our boat and do some other things. But really, the point of this game, at least for me, is not the gathering up the oil and all that stuff. This is just a mindless, relaxing game. I don't know how to better describe it. I guess that's what cozy games are, but there's no real strategy or purpose. You can go as long or short as you want to accomplish the missions in this one, and it's not that bad. So you can see there's a goose or I don't know, some type of I don't know birds. There's a bird over here, a white bird that we're gonna go through and free it from the oil. We get it. Elvin is. I'm gonna go with swan. We got that. Now we have an arrow pointing because I think we've unlocked the next level. This game I picked up as a demo and I rather enjoyed it just as far as it was relaxing and fun to play. So I decided to pick up the full version, which was only like $5 or $6. So it's not the big deal. But this game is not a long one. I'll tell you that right now. A complete playthrough of this game can be had. Crockfort. So we got this one totally done. But a complete playthrough of this game can be done in under an hour if you're quick about it. So I'm going to go through and just play a little bit, talk a little bit. You can see that we unlock the gate there as we go in, and we have our next one over. But I'm going to go over to these boats. We have $42, so I'm going to buy a larger scoop. You can see that increase. And then I also want to buy a larger bucket for more oil to fit in. And you can see where we started at versus where we are now. We've cleaned this up very nicely. I'm going to talk a little bit here, but really, when I'm playing this game, and I've played this for several hours, and I've played it through multiple times, the reason why I've done that is I just find it one of those games I can just come in and just kind of sit down, relax and play and not think about anything, and just slowly remove all this oil, and it's kind of fun to do. So that's kind of where my brain's at when I'm looking at a game like this. This is not like a game where there's a set purpose or things to accomplish. There are different challenges that present themselves, but we'll get into those a little bit later here. I already see some that we have to take care of here. So every time, or not every time, but most of the times when you go into a new sector, there's going to be a slightly new challenge with them. And your boat's going to grow and change and do things. And there's a final boss that did all this pollution that you need to basically beat. And I'm not going to spoil it for you with that because we're not going to play long enough to get to that point. But you see there's also bottles here. Right in front of my boat, so I'm going to push those into the recycling area as well because those also count as pollution. So we get paid for those, we get paid to unload all of that, and we're just going to keep moving through here. With the bottles and all that stuff, I like to save those as much as I can towards the end. Like right now, if I was trying to push those, that means I'm going away from where I need to deposit them. The oil doesn't move, so it's not a big deal, but the bottles, if you want to get 100% clear on each section, you need to make sure that you're going through and collecting all of the bottles. And there's going to be other tasks as well. There's going to be stuff on land. There's going to be fires. There's going to be snow that you need to put on there for some reason. You need the water areas. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with this boat over time. But you can see I missed some of the bottles there, which is why I don't like to go through and try to do anything other than get this when it's kind of where it's at there. All right, so we're making more cash. I'm trying to decide. Oops, didn't want to do that. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy a faster propeller for the boat, which does give us more pushing power as well when we gather up all the bottles and all that stuff. Makes it a little easier. The boat goes through the water faster and cleaner. Or if I just want to get the next round of scoop and I don't know, a container to hold the oil. I don't know if that's the right term for it. But we're gonna go through here. We're gonna gather up all these bottles. I still have one that I missed, but we have plenty of oil that we need to collect here as well. And I'm hoping we can get that up to, let's see. Oh, we only need to get up to 100. We'll definitely do that. But if we can get that up to 100, then we can buy an upgrade, all the upgrades available to us at the time. And we'll be happy with that. But let's go ahead and get this all taken care of. We're going to gather up the rest of this oil. I left the bottle over there. I'll get it in a sec. But we're going to go through, get this all set and ready to go. There, it's clear. And then we just need to go deposit it over to the thing, but we also need to see this there. I also find the art style of this, like, look at the trees. They're beautiful. The underwater areas when they get cleared out. Gorgeous. Look at that waterfall on the top right there. It's just beautiful. All this game just really just cries that somebody took a lot of time and effort to make a fun, pretty game. And I'm here for it. Even look at the grass. It blows, but it's not all at once. It kind of goes in progression, so you can see the wind sweep across the field. It's just really fun to watch and see do its thing. So we're upgrading all of these. You can see the upgrade pricing goes right away. So we upgraded all the stuff, and now we're moving over. You can see there's now oil. We hit the Y. There's oil washed up on the rocks on the side. So our boat now has this little water cannon on the front that we can hit Y if we're using the controller to clear it off of there, and then it knocks it into the water where we can then gather it up and, you know, do the job of what we do here of cleaning up all the oil. But this is a remarkably satisfying game to just go through and kind of play and do and see exactly what it goes on with here. You can see as we level up and go through each of these progressive kind of levels here, the number of things that we're asked to do increases. Like, look at all the bottles that we have here now. It's significantly more than what we had before. And look, there's a boat over there asking for stuff. We're not going to spend terribly more time on this because I don't think we need to. I think you've got the point of the game at this stage, is this. So if you have any questions, this is what it is. You go through an area, try to clean it up to the best of your ability, hopefully to 100%. And then once you have it cleaned up, you move to another area. And you do that on repeat for about an hour or so. I did one in like 2 hours, just taking my time, just playing around and driving, just trying to acknowledge everything. And then I did another one where I was like under an hour. So, I mean, an hour is what the game advertises as its playtime. And I think that's pretty accurate to what it is. But it's a fun little game, and there is a demo, at least at the time of recording this, there is a demo that you can go through and see if it's something you're into. But I feel like this video probably does all the things that you'd want for a demo, other than, you know, the feeling of just going through and clearing the oil yourself. Which again is very satisfying, and one of the reasons why I bought this game was because I just dig being able to do this kind of stuff. I think it's really fun and interesting, and I like it. So I'm just going to go through and try to gather. Oh, we got more up here, so we're going to get that all swept off of there. Oh, this thing goes back quite a ways, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. We're getting closer to full on oil, and I don't want to get too far back because we got all these bottles here, so I want to get those swept up and easily in there. There we go. We're up to $151. Nope, I missed a little bit of the oil there. That's okay. Oh, we got more oil up on the rocks here. So we'll get that all taken care of and washed down. And then we're going to go in and do all of that. There's Joe, a mouse that's in the water, caught in the oil, because it's obviously a thing that happens. And then we'll go through. It's funny, some of the creatures that you capture are definitely like aquatic style creatures, or ones that can be found in aquatic areas, and other ones like that mouse most definitely are not. But that's okay. I missed some of the oil back there, but that's okay because we need to get all these bottles back, and I don't want to turn around and lose them. But there we go. We've captured enough to clear that sector out as far as moving on to the next level. But I don't want to move on to the next level yet. I want to make sure we gather up all of the oil for the particular area, because the completionist in my brain is screaming at me to get all the oil. So now we have all the oil. You see it turns, that flashes that white. That's how you know you got everything. And we're going to continue on to our next section where we have some very dirty water. Now you see that boat there and the windmill. They are looking for a beach ball. So our job right now, well, other than gathering up all this oil like we've been doing, is if we find a beach ball, we need to take it to them, and then we get a reward. And there's a couple other challenges like that where you can do simple little things like that and get some extra cash. Not entirely necessary for what you might want to do, but it's a good way to just get some extra cash in the game. So I'm going to do that. We're going to come back around here, and basically I want to clear out this area, and then I'll go over to the other one because the efficiency side of my brain says that makes more sense. But I also think I'm going to buy some upgrades here. So let's go ahead and get a bigger box there and a wider capture thingy. Whatever that is. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I bought 2 of the bigger boxes. My bad. Okay. So I've spent way too much money. But look at the waterfall and all. There's Peaches. But look at the trees. It's just a gorgeous game. I absolutely love looking at this game and going through. And every time I play through, I always find something a little bit different. The landscape and all the stuff around there is packed with all kinds of interesting stuff that really keeps the game engaging and fresh and fun. It's probably not something I'm going to play like all the time and constantly, but it's definitely a game that I just enjoy kind of just messing around with and seeing what I can do with it here. So I'm going to clear off these rocks over there. There we go. We got all the oil washed in. Let's go gather it up now. There we are. We'll take this area and gather all that up. And then we'll gather all of this. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And then we're going to put that over there. Again, I just find this oddly relaxing. There's nothing really complicated about this. There's nothing strategy-wise that you need to do. There's the ball, so we'll get that over there once we gather up some more oil. I'm gonna go free that snake, it looks like. And we gotta wash off some rocks on the side there. What do we got? It says a lizard. It looks like a snake to me. We're gonna wash all that off. Fantastic. Let's back this bad boy up. And do we want to take the ball out, or do we want to try to deliver all of that? I think we're going to try to deliver that for right now. Then we'll come back and clean up the rest of this oil. We still have stuff on the rocks there we need to clean off, which I can't quite reach yet. And I don't want to because I'm just trying to get all of this. But let's go over here now and buy an upgrade. And I also want to buy an upgrade for the propeller just so I can go move a little faster and be a little bit more efficient here. Not the point of this game at all. Efficiency, not at all. But again, it's super fun to just kind of putter around and do all the things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just putt and figure out if what I want to do here is what the game is asking me to do. But let me go gather up some of this stuff. I have some bottles and stuff with me, so I need to make sure I'm careful and I don't lose them. So I'm going to back up here to try to grab that spot. All right. And then we're just going to go clean this up. Like so. There we go. We'll take that there and then push this one over like so. All right, we'll sell off our oil and all that stuff. There, that one's opened up. And we're gonna take the ball over to the boat because it needs its ball back. He's missing it and he couldn't get to it. So we're gonna get it back for him. There we go. We got a little cash prize. That is a big old thank you. And let's see. All right. So we got 120 bucks. We still need to clear off the rest of this area, and then I think we're going to call it a day. We got a little bit of oil there that we need to gather up, which I'll do in just a moment here. But I'm not leaving this particular water area yet because I want to get all of the things because the completionist in my brain tells me that I need to do that. So we're going to do that. Stop that. We're going to swing around here and gather up all of the things. There we go. And then we have one bottle hanging out towards the top of the recycling thing there. We'll do that. Splash that in. And there we go. We have that one completely done. But this game is called Spilled. If you're looking for something relaxing but oddly engaging, this is it. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. I don't know why. It's not complicated. It's not... I don't know. But this game just hits my brain in the right ways. And I'm really enjoying my time playing it. But folks, that's going to wrap us up here for today. Let me know what you think. This is... Oh, we got a fire. Let's go put out the fire real fast. Uh-oh, look. We see the boat chugging through. Those are the boats causing our problems. So that's an issue. But we need to go put that fire out real fast. So we'll spray some water on it. And the fire's out. And we get paid from a helicopter because, you know, that's how I get paid. But we'll go through and do that. And, yeah, we're going to wrap this up. But folks, thanks for joining me. Let me know if there's other games like this. For whatever reason, this one's hitting my brain in the right way today, and has done so since it came out, which is towards the end of March. So it's been out for about a month, maybe a little under that, and I've had a lot of fun going through and playing it and just seeing what all it does. So that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. But thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next one. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.